I think I figured it out. I think I cracked the code on being high off life. A lot of people say I'm high off life right now. What does this really mean? I think I finally figured out the formula. I think I figured out why people abuse substances, why people chase highs, pleasures, drunkenness, things like that. So let me talk about it, right? So today I went to work, worked a 10-hour shift. I really had a realization of something today. My eyes were really open, and I really want to share something that just it was it's not crazy, but it's mind-boggling at the same time. So let's jump into it. So last night, right, in my work group chat, a coworker has sent to the group chat that there was some extra work, there was some extra things we had to do, yada yada, right? So it was gonna be more work for the next day, right? So we're all like, what the heck? There's a lot. There's this. There's that. It was crazy, right? So whatever. So I took it upon myself to go in way earlier. I was originally scheduled for 10:30, but it was kind of a mishap. Usually I go in at 7:30, right? But I took it upon myself to go and work at 6 a.m. with a coworker, right? So the night before, I go to the store. I ask a couple of my coworkers, do you want energy drinks, snacks? I bring cookies, right? I go to the gym. I'm basically just getting my energy right, right? I'm preparing for tomorrow. I'm like, you know what? There's one or two options. Either we're going to dread all this work we have to do, or we're going to come and work, step up to the plate, and get it done, right? So I'm like, we're going to go with that second option, right? So I'm bumping good music. I go to the gym. I get snacks. I'm ready, right? I lay out my stuff for work tomorrow. I'm ready, right? So I wake up. I take a super cold shower for like 10 minutes, just straight cold. I drink an energy drink, right? I eat a little bit of breakfast. I'm ready. I'm just amped. I'm playing high frequency music. I'm just feeling good, right? So, long story short, I'm just feeling good. Everything's going good, right? I get to work early. I get some of the work done. So then when people come in at 7:30, a lot of it's already taken care of, right? I take one for the team, basically, right? Long story short. So that's the background here, right? So I was doing a job that's kind of repetitive, where you just stand in the same spot, do the same thing over and over, right? And I came to a realization: why do people get drunk? Why do people get high? Why do people dance their life away in the clubs? Why do people abuse these substances? Why do people chase these short-term pleasures? Why do people need to get, and I don't just mean smoking weed, but like all these things and cults, get high? And I think it came to me when the caffeine slowly started wearing off, right? So I'm doing my, like I said, this row where it's just repetitive. You're just standing in one spot. I think the caffeine started to wear off, as well as I was just in a secluded, isolated spot. I could barely hear music. I was not talking to anyone. I just started really getting in my head, overthinking, right? I'm thinking about, oh, I got to get the car insurance. I got to pay this. I got to do that. Got to call my dad. Got to take care of this bill, take care of that bill. What am I going to figure out in life? What am I going to do? Yada, yada, right? So everything just started hitting me. The caffeine's wearing off. The overthinking's hitting. The devil's coming into my mind, right? And it was like crazy, because I'm like, I was just vibrating so high. All my coworkers are like, oh my God, like you got all the energy today, right? Mind you, it's early in the morning, 6:30, 7 a.m. I'm going crazy, right? Blasting music, I'm hype. I'm just thinking like life is great. Like nothing was able to stop me, right? But boom, just in a switch like that, I'm just overthinking, starting to get down. I had to catch myself and be like, hold on, I can't let myself slip. Like I was just feeling amazing. Like what I'm like, maybe it's just the caffeine wearing off. So I just drank a little more, right? But I realized it's just the act of being in that stillness, being in that quietness, just being to myself, just being in my thoughts, right? Not being stimulated by talking to other people, not being stimulated by the caffeine, not being stimulated by music. I was getting in my head, and like they say, the what do you call it? Idle mind is the devil's workshop, and that's so true. So I realized, like, oh my God, like this is really why people drink, smoke. This is why people go to the club and just dance in the middle of the dance floor and just dance their life away. This is why people are, falling into lust so much. This is why people are getting addictions. It's because you're chasing that high that we're meant to have. Because as people, we're meant to feel free, right? Like you go back to ancestral days, they were free. They were high off life, right? But it's like we have so many distractions stopping us from being high off life, like social media, lust, greed, money, this corrupt system, the government, all this stuff, right? Just distracting us from finding our purpose, finding our natural high of life, from feeling so good, like vibrating on a high frequency naturally. And it's crazy like how we really can, like if you just wake up, practice some gratitude, speak good to yourself, you know what I'm saying? You don't even need the caffeine. Just take a cold shower, speak good to yourself, play some good feeling music. Just tell yourself good affirmations and just decide to be in a good mood for that day, and you really can. But now I understand a little more insight of this why, I have alcoholic parents, or I had. This is why some people can't stop smoking. This is why some people can't stop just chasing those short-term pleasures. It's because they need to feel free, because that's how we're supposed to be, right? That's how we're supposed to feel as humans. So people want to feel free. They want to get away from their problems. They want to escape. They want to feel this natural high where you just feel untouchable. Everyone wants that feeling, like that quote-unquote boss feeling where you just feel like you're the stuff, you're untouchable. That's what everyone wants to feel. And that's what I realized today. And it was just like the most subtle, calmest, right, littlest thing of the day, right? But it hit so much that I wanted to come talk about it. And how does this tie to finding your breakthrough and taking it to the next level? Well, you need to find purpose, for one, right? That's going to help you. And two, you need to be able to be high off life, right? If you want to execute on finding your breakthrough, taking it to the next level, finding your purpose, you need to be able to be high off life, right? You need to be able to just wake up, feel so good without substances, without drugs, without all these, lust, short-term pleasures, whatever it may be, and just wake up, put yourself in a good mood. Wake up, tell yourself good things. Wake up, feel high. Wake up, feel high frequency, high vibrating, and just operate. Because I'm telling you, it's basically flow state. It's just like when you're in this mood, I was working like crazy. I was just getting stuff done. I was moving. I feel like time didn't exist. Everything felt free, and that's how we're supposed to feel. So if you're trying to find your breakthrough and take it to the next level, I need you to understand this, that you need to find your high in life naturally. You need to find your why, find your purpose, find your reason, find that energy, find that high vibration that you're supposed to be tapped in with, that we all are connected to. But all these distractions just make us lose sight, or just lose connection of it. It's like Wi-Fi. We're all connected, but sometimes you get disconnected because of distractions. So if you learn something today, bro, just learn that you can't have a natural high. You don't need that stuff, right? And you can vibrate high. You can feel untouchable. You can be the man or the woman. You can do what you want to do and take it to the next level. You just need to understand this, and it really put it in perspective for me today. And I'm going to start waking up, taking cold showers, practicing good affirmations, putting myself in a good mood, high frequency music, not listening to the, garble, and just putting myself in a better mood and operating at a higher level more often, and just let you guys know how it goes. Because I feel like if I can just stay on this untouchable frequency, that I can get so much done and just take my breakthrough to the next level. So this is just a quick little story I wanted to share. So I'm outside, it's a little windy, it's a little frisky. I got a lot of energy, so it's hard to get these words out. But yeah, I hope you learned something. This is next level breakthrough, where again we're taking our breakthrough to the next level. We're not just getting better, we're not just gaining higher frequency, we're not just executing, we're taking it to the next level. So that's the whole purpose of this. So find your natural high and execute.